teaching. But I don't have a daughter. I know me. I can pick up when I call her. Working big and it don't hurt to break, cause I'ma always do it how I wanna do it. Every time he lead a know it, Mr. Know I got him running to it. I'ma need to pull the mail before we talk it that I'm waking up and thumbing through it. Run a like a runner do it. Stun on her till like a stunner do it. I'm the best, I'm the best, and you go. And I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, and I way up, it don't go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold. I'm the best, I'm the best, and you go. And I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, and I way up, it don't go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold. Top dog like I manage. I'm the really damaged. I came out and make the channel froze. I'm really who the panel chose. Put my name up like a banner boat. Acting tough and I'ma let her go. Name her who got a better flow, but she can hang it up just like a telephone.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is expanding across borders as we join you from Munich, Germany and fabled Allianz Arena.
Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Seattle Seahawks and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
They sure did, and the key number to me was total offense allowed, which was barely over 100 yards. That's a heck of a sign that this defense is really putting all the pieces together and doing it cohesively.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll drop to throw.
Now this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
So, Charles, you look at this offense, and really on paper, at least, a great situation for them upcoming. They're unbeaten on the year, an open week coming up after this. So I guess my question, any worry that maybe this is coming at the wrong time?
Oh, definitely I would be worried about this game, maybe more than any other on the schedule, because I know my guys are looking ahead to that open week. I've got to keep them focused on the task ahead, make sure they take care of business in this one. Otherwise, you're talking about a double trap. The trap of losing the game and then having the open week and having to stew about it.
11 yards there and a 1st down for Seattle. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Excellent recognition that none of his receivers were beating coverage and getting open, so he just threw that one away. They'll come back to the huddle, reset, and try something different.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
They'll run with Hall.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll bring up fourth. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
McPherson's kick is good, and the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Their second drive here, the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little bit, didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now back to throw.
Going out wide, finds Chubb.
So the completion good for 7 there. And now it's 3rd and 4.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
In motion left comes Williams. Back to throw here. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
This is taken at the 15. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30.
A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return.
And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
Okay, ready.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They are, for the moment, the best team in football, 9-0 entering play here. And, Charles, I don't know if we'd call them a surprise 9-0, but the way that they have been winning definitely opened up a lot of eyes around the NFL.
Well, what we've seen from them so far this season, you can't stop them on offense. You can't score on them on defense. So, to me, if you're going to play against them, you have to bring your best game and hope they throw a clunker in that day to give yourself a chance.
After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
This pass out wide to Hall.
And he's able to get up here to the 26. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt.
And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, Chubb fumbled it, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown.
Evan McPherson for the extra point.
He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are. But let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
The Bucs at 7-2 here on the year. And they come in off a loss last time out, but they're still in the midst of a good stretch here, CD. Winners of 7 of their last 9.
And last week, not only on the scoreboard, but I saw it on tape as well. Definitely not one of their finer performances because they were outclassed pretty much right from the start. So I think there'll be a renewed emphasis on trying to be a little better out of the gate in this one so they don't fall into a big hole.
Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down. $10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. He'll look to throw. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Chase Young make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10.
And check down, complete to Hall.
They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away.
And here's Rodgers on the return.
A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest. You get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
A nice gain of 21 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. A give running right is Chubb. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory.
And they get the guard, John Runyon.
Following the penalty, Chubb.
And Monty Rice there on the tackle.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now.
Second and 16.
They'll look to throw here. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams.
On the move past the 40.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 35. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. They'll set up a throw. They set up the screen to Chubb. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Nick Chubb, touchdown number 18 on the year.
And the Buccaneers have got it back to within a score.
Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7.
After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. Takes it at the 7.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Sitting at 1st place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
We know he has a lot of confidence in his arm and likes to force it downfield, but the coverage was tight there. Fortunate it wasn't picked off.
Here we go. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. He'll look to throw.
Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a 1st down. 2 minutes remaining in the 1st half, 10-7, our score. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report, but business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Come on, come on. Hey, hey, right there, right there. Ready?
Paul on a give up the middle.
They find some open field here.
And he's going to get this down inside the 5 before he's out of bounds. 67 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. It's their quarterback. A 3-yard run as he kept it himself. As his guys are able to extend their lead.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Second and 2.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Around the NFL, they're into the second quarter in the Meadowlands. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
19 strikes, 19 strikes, trap 50, trap 50. 7 Pirates.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That's complete to DK Metcalf.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Benjamin St. Just.
And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. You think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead. Not so fast. That pick six really changes the complexion, probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now, probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. Fielded right around the 8. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Got a man, it's Schwartz, complete.
And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. They'll throw now on the final play. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break.
As we send you back across the Atlantic to Orlando, as we say Guten Tag to our guys standing by. That's Jonathan Coachman. Coach,
welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. Fielded right around the 8. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
That one covers 29 yards. First down.
They'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
Straight ahead is Hall. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 89 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
They go play action here on first down. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great effort there. 27 yards. And they are able to add on to their advantage. And he pushed it right. It's no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a two-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because they don't get some kind of points here.
Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick six.
I think that's a great observation, too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
And he will get into the end zone to bump the lead up to 3 scores. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And, look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over. Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams would take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable 2nd down.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the first.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 14 yards that time for number 14. They'll run with Hall. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
One more time with Hall.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
His pass caught at the 4. Touchdown! DK Metcalf from 10 yards out. And the Seahawks get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. McPherson now for the extra point. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call, so they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Jair Elam makes the pick. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football.
Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
2nd and 9 now. This pass is caught by London. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
A give running right is Hall.
And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down.
McPherson's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way into field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it, so they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides will be thrilled with that.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on.
Yeah. Hold up, it ain't easy breaking away or being a great. They slamming the door, I'm jumping the gate. Cause a starving stomach like being punched in the face. And an instrumental was the last time that I ate. Food from all of the base. My ace boom goon, big son told me about the game. 20 years later, know my name. King, crown me, lounge in the back of the spot. Pay homage to an underground peasant, climb to the top. Funny style on elevators could never fade us. I peep data stain anytime they congratulate us. Goggles is worn and bottles is popping. I'm beyond Sanders on haters. This ice bucket dropping over their head with it. They should have cred with it. You either fight or flight. I ain't one for the ledge living. I do it for the one that died or fed millions. With soul food, flowed and stock my bare kitchen. I'm liberated. I drew a play that day.
Yeah, alright, my flow sinister. This ain't rap music, this straight literature. Small-minded, all your ideas miniature. They tend to hate on you when they...
It's another one. We got another one.